Wrestling fans, promoters, wrestlers, and anyone who enjoys pro wrestling now have something new to be excited about. The Wrestling Fans International Association, the WFIA, is back. WFIA is an association that exists to promote, grow, and support professional wrestling throughout the world. Membership is free. Your membership includes a free digital bi-monthly publication of the Wrestling Fan News newsletter, association updates, voting privileges, and much more. Please go to thewfia.org, that's THEWFIA.org, and become a member today.
What's going on, everybody? This is PWZ, and welcome. We got a very special guest today, two special guests today in the Miracle Generation, Dustin Flash Waller and Kylon King. What's going on, guys?
What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
What's up?
Haven't seen you forever. Know what I'm saying?
I know, right? This has been a long time happening, a long time coming. So
need to change that, Rick.
Yeah. I got to get my ass out of my couch more often, I guess.
I'm gonna put you on the hot seat. You should be at shows with me.
Yeah, this is the adult life, working and the family, keep me tied down these days. So not as, I'm way busier than I should be at this age. So anyways, we're here to talk professional wrestling and the career of these two gentlemen.
Yes.
So go ahead, Harry.
Guys, let's just cut straight to the chase here. You guys started in what school?
Oh, we started out. Sorry, I was waiting for Kyle to talk.
One of y'all answer.
I don't know who we're going. We started out at East Haven, Connecticut at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling.
Okay.
Founded by Paul Roman, Mauro Mancini, and that's the rest is history.
Pretty much the trajectory
Simple
from there.
as that.
All right, cool. Now we know where you guys are from. Let's get that out of the way. Welcome to the pod. I'm so excited to have you guys on. As some of the people of the pod already know, there's an upcoming show coming up on September 15th at the Devonshire Hall. And there is tag titles at stakes here between you two gentlemen and the Haven. Had the Haven on the pod last week, and they're taking this one a little personal. They feel like they got a lot to prove.
They should have feel that way.
Okay, why do you feel that way?
Because, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, I love my brothers, but it gets to a point where, I hate to say this, but you just not putting in the work that we putting in. You know what I'm saying? It just comes simple as that. You know what I'm saying? You expect things to come your way, but hey, man, we work for everything we got. You got to do. And on the BFC Mega Clash, we will walk out the tag team champion. Simple as that.
Yeah, it's also because they've never beaten us. It's not even a question. Like they can't. they can't beat us. So
every time it's 2-on-2, they have yet to beat us.
So that's the key here.
No difference.
But that's the key here. You said it. 2-on-2, haven't beat you. But at the Elevate card, you were pinned by one of them.
Listen, man. It's a lot of people in there. It was 4 different teams in there. I ain't making no excuses. They did pin us. They, you know what I'm saying? But they had some help from 2 other teams. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, 2-on-2.
And if you watch that match back, who did most of the work? Who was, who was whooping everybody in that match? It was like, when they got to find the back door to get the pin, that really shows just what kind of people they are. And Kai said it. Where's the work? He said it best. We've been putting in work for over a year. It's actually, and you know what? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. It reminds me looking at this picture. I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you some what's the language we got on this podcast? What's the profanity?
We're open. Swearing for the most part.
Okay.
Yeah, we're pretty open. We can censor.
I got some real crap to show you. There's a picture right here. My mom made me this. I don't know if y'all can see that.
Yeah,
that's a picture. This is the
Yes.
first time that we ever shared the ring with the Haven 2-on-2, and it was almost a year ago. It was a little over a year ago. That was at
Summer
Wrestling Open.
Sizzler.
Yeah, so the
Summer
first
Stunner,
ever
Stunner.
Summer
Summer
Stunner, the
Stunner.
first ever
Excuse me.
Wrestling Open big show, I guess you could
Mhm.
say. It was in the Eliminator Cup tournament, actually, which
Yep.
is going on currently now. And we had what went down as one of the best matches of Wrestling Open history
I
because there was so
remember
much
this.
emotion poured into this one match for so many different reasons. And we, all four of us, got that ball, but me and Kylon kept it rolling. And some people didn't. And those
Hey,
some people are the Haven.
it sucks, bro. It sucks because
It does.
we try. It's not like we don't help them every step of the way, but like my boy said to me a couple of days ago, can't lead a horse to water. Simple as that.
So speaking of Summer Stunner, I spoke to the Haven last week and I asked them what was their favorite match that they've ever had, and that was the number one answer from both wrestlers.
Should be.
Can we expect those type of fireworks on the 15th of September?
If they can
Hey,
keep up, that's all I'm gonna say.
That's the thing.
They
Yeah,
can
you
keep
gotta
up.
ask Haven that. You gotta ask Haven if we can see those kind of fireworks because
Is they
that was
gonna
our
bring
first
that
time
same
sharing the
fire?
ring.
Is
It
they
That was
gonna
the
is
bring
first
that same
time.
fire?
a little hot in here. Woo.
Hey, me and Flash always bringing that heat wherever we go.
That is
West Coast,
absolutely
down
true.
south, whole New England. Every time we go out there, we bring that heat. You see it.
Yeah, every week you guys are just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Like again, you spoke about the West Coast. You guys went over to West Coast Pro, if I'm not mistaken. You guys were in the Midwest not too long ago. You took on, oh my God, now it's gonna slip me. Gary J. And you took on Myron Reed. Those are I would say big matches for the both of you at the time. As time has gone by, you know, Dustin has had matches with Leo Rush and Mike Bailey. Same with Kylon, with Rena, and also with Leo Rush. Comparing like the matches from, let's say, a couple years ago before these big matches were happening, how do you feel you guys have progressed from that point to where you guys are at now, both as a tag and singles?
At the end of the day, it always comes back to putting in work.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We bust our ass day in, day out.
Mm-hmm.
We grind it. We use like it's a real thing, bro. Everybody think this is a lie, but me and Flash used to go to Beyond Wrestling, Uncharted Territory, season 3, and just be there helping out, trying to get opportunities. We'll go places everywhere we go, trying to get opportunities. We
I can
work
attest
hard.
to that. I can attest to that. I've seen you guys do stuff like that. You know, I can name promotion off the top of my head, NEW as well. You guys would do that. I would see you guys literally everywhere I went, putting in the work. I can definitely attest to that.
And we still do it. We still do the grunt work. We still help out when we can, you know what I'm saying? But it all comes down to putting in work. You know, hard work create opportunities, you know what I'm saying? And when you get those opportunities, myself and Flash, we succeeded, you know what I'm saying? Like we had to swim. Like we got thrown in the deep end, we had to swim. We had no choice.
Well, absolutely, you've had no choice. You guys have been facing probably the best tag teams throughout the world. Out of all these matches that you guys have had, I'm going to ask the obvious question that you probably have heard millions of times. Best tag, best singles. We'll start off with Kai.
So, hey, like, I love my brothers. I'm going to have to say, like, for me, for a whole bunch of reasons, you know what I mean? That match is very special to me. That match is very special to me. The match that we had with against Haven at SummerSlam, that match is special to me on a lot of levels.
Yeah.
So for tags, I'm gonna say that one. And then as far as singles, I don't know. I might have to say the one with Leo Rush because I learned a lot in that match. It was I waited for that match for like 2 years. It was a dream match. It literally was a dream match.
We've had conversations about that. So
I had visions of that match and it didn't get to happen. And then 3 years later, it finally got to happen. And then, you know, the match is on YouTube now, so you can go watch it for yourself. Kylon King, Leo Rush, see the magic that we created.
yeah. Dusty?
Trying to think tag wise, because obviously that match with Haven is so special. I actually watched that match back the other day. Just to, I haven't seen it in a while, so I watched that back. That was very special. I'm trying to think of, because I feel like every tag match that we have is just so it's special in its own way. I feel like personally, some of myself and Kylon's best work are the matches that we've had at DPW.
Okay.
We wrestled Workhorse, we wrestled Violence Forever.
Yes.
I personally feel like those two matches are some of our best work just because DPW is so unique.
Mhm.
It is a place like we can't tell you stories about it and you'll feel it. You have to be there. You don't like it. Like they have their own fan base. They have their own crowd. Then they just love professional wrestling. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we opened the show both times. I think we opened the show with Workhorsemen in our debut, and then we opened the show with Violence Forever in our debut. And those matches are so awesome to me because having a crowd that doesn't know you, has no idea who you are, but still being completely behind you is so awesome. So, yeah, I would have to say for like tag those for sure.
I'm gonna throw in a few more too. The match that we just had against the Gay Best Friends, that's up there.
Yes.
Holy
oh my God, yeah.
That was
that
was special.
That was a lot of fun.
That's probably one of our best matches ever.
Last year at the American Rana, the year prior, we wasn't really on the show. We didn't get a chance to wrestle on the show. We was a part of the show. We was in that last segment, and then for us to finally be on the show, we just had a show out, and we had chips on our shoulders, and we went out there and created magic with them. And then at the end of the show, all four of us, how we did last year, we ended the show as champions, myself, Alec, and Ichi. You know what I'm saying? And then another tag that I always love working with these guys, I don't know if I can say this name now because they might get a cease and desist, but Davey Beg and August Matthews. Yes, sir. We love those guys. They always bring the best out of us. It's like kind of like a mirror match. So yeah.
Going back to American Rana, from a sitting at home fan perspective, it was one of those matches that you can feel through the TV. Like it was literally like I'm sitting there watching and I'm just like, this is just fucking really good fucking wrestling. Sorry, excuse me, beat me out, please. But I had to say what it was. There was a spot at the towards the end where Dustin goes for the double cutter, handspring, super kick. That near fall, the crowd absolutely you had that crowd so hook, line, and sinker at that point. They were hot for a switch, but we're okay with you guys still retaining. That's good magic, in my opinion.
Not for sure. Like you just had to be there, like to just feel it. Like it was just like like anytime you have those matches, like with that match and then the match against the Bang Bros and of course the match with the Haven, it's just like a different type of energy. You just gotta feel. I'm getting goosebumps just even thinking about all those experiences that we had. It's just you gotta feel it. It's different. Like you said, you felt it through the TV. Now imagine that like 100 times.
Oh no,
being there, like
absolutely. Is that type of magic that you felt when you guys won the IWTV Tag Team Championships?
I forget about that match, Flash.
That was
great.
That was a big one. I was
honestly winning all of the titles that we have right now, even winning the remarkable titles. We won them in a War Games match. Like that was sick. Right?
Oh yeah, that was like all titles on the line.
Weeks. Yeah, back to back. Like we had the last stand at Wrestling Open, and then all the titles on the line at Remarkable Wrestling. That was huge. We won the tag titles there. Obviously, the IWTV titles were the current, Test of Strength Tag Team Champions.
Yep.
Got to remember the first time we won the belts, beating the Firm. That was huge. That's another one of my favorite matches. Anytime we've wrestled Eli and Sammy, any of those matches are great. But
Absolutely.
Yeah, like
dudes.
all of our tag matches are special in a certain way. There's no match where like it was like every match we have is special in one way, shape, or form.
It's always like a story, especially behind those big ones, especially behind all the title ones. Because like you said, like he said, like it just means something to us because we worked hard for every single one of them. I mean, Miracle Generation is a real thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We not like Haven included. None of us expected us to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like to be in the positions that we were in, opportunities that we were gifted. You know, and it's just crazy to even think about. You know.
No, I couldn't go back to conversations we've had between the two of us, both sides, where you guys would be told like, "Oh man, 1 year you guys are gonna fucking blow up and be this great," whatever. You guys, humbly would be like, "Nah, time will tell, time will tell." And here you guys are, pretty much on top of the independent wrestling mountain. It's you guys, and
We appreciate that. I kind of went off earlier about my brother and stuff, but I mean, like I said, you just try to be humble and just work hard, like put in that work. That's all it comes down to, put in that work.
That's why we're also so hard on Haven, because you go back to where we started training. They were with us. We're not going to act like they weren't there with us. They definitely were. But I think the quote that Kai was trying to say earlier is the quote that I always have been telling him is like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is one of the most, like, you can bring them, but you can't do the work for people. So that's why we're so hard on Haven, because they were right there with us when we had that match. Like all of us standing in the middle of the ring, like we weren't given the ball. That's the thing. We took the ball, and me and Kai just chose to run with it. And you're gonna see all that culmination on the 15th for sure. The fireworks. Let's again, like Kylon said, if they can still go, there'll be fireworks. If not, new champ's gonna be here quick.
Ooh, heated words. Respectful words, though. At that,
it is what it is.
Very respectful. No disrespect at all. No disrespect at all.
I hear it. I hear it.
Look, big bro and little bro gonna have to show the other bros. I mean, how it is, real stuff,
Yeah.
Simultaneously, how many titles did you hold at the same time?
I think about like 6 or 5 or 6.
So I'm imagining the picture in my head. And it's funny because I don't know if you've seen the picture that me and Kai with our arms out with the belts all on our arms. That was actually, it's the day we took that picture was actually the day that we won the Test of Strength title the second time. So however many belts are in that picture, add one more. I think we had the PvP tag titles.
Yep.
We had the Blitzkrieg tag titles.
Yep.
We had the IWTV and the Remarkable. And then the Test of Strength would have made it 5. So we had 5.
No. And then 5. When we were still the
Eliminator Cup.
Yeah. So but we weren't the Eliminator at the same time that we were the PvP.
Yes, we were. Yes, we were, because I remember that the week after, it was like a few weeks after we just ended that time because we was already the IWTV champ. So I say 6. It was 6 at that time.
So you guys were essentially the Ultimo Dragon of the independent tag team circuit.
Pretty much,
Think about that. Think about that. Think about where you guys were 2 years ago to where you guys are now. And it's the trajectory is incredible. You spoke about DPW. DPW said very unique, very special environment. They have their own crowd. They put on a crazy good product. And it's run by people who love and enjoy professional wrestling. And you can tell that through what they do and how the announcing is and all that stuff. You guys have a crazy 6-man coming up for DPW that was just announced. I want to say between yesterday and today. And I'm gonna let you guys talk about that.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere, honestly. We had we obviously knew, we're like, yeah, we're deep. Oh, looks like Kai's all cutting out, but like DPW is coming back to Jersey, and we're like, oh, absolutely, we're free for it. We have no idea what we're doing. You saw the graphic got posted, and we're all just like, oh, I think all 6 of us simultaneously were just like, oh wow, we love above the rest, but we're always across the ring from them. We always gotta we're always across the ring from them.
A lot of
Yo,
history.
shout out to Above the Rest. Shout out to Tristan and Gabe because that's another one. I think that's the map that put us on the map.
That's the match that started it all. Is when we wrestled them at uncharted territory.
During
won
the
the Discovery
gauntlet,
Gauntlet.
correct?
Yeah,
that's the match that we won the
finals.
Discovery Gauntlet.
Yes, the
Yeah.
finals.
That's the first of 2 times in our entire career that fans have thrown money in the ring. That was our first time that it ever happened.
That was a little fresh off Tristan's MLW run.
Yeah,
correct? Like he was coming like fresh off of that.
Yeah, I believe he was still.
Came back from too, and I think that's the match that really put both teams on the mat. Honestly, like it really helped solidify us and then help us get to certain places that we wasn't on at that time. So, I mean, how could I forget that match too?
You guys, I think it put both of you guys on the map as far as like really good, credible tag teams in the Northeast independent scene. Because Above the Rest, they had a little notoriety going into it, but I believe it was after the series of matches with you guys, they kind of blew up and they kind of went a little bit of everywhere as well. Gabriel Sky, you know, having an incredible match with Ichiban not a couple weeks ago for the Wrestling Open title. You know, these guys are just killing it all over the place. All right, so we touched on DPW. You guys are Test of Strength tag team champions 2 times over. Remarkable tag team champions. Former Blitzkrieg. That's where I was going to go next. Blitzkrieg 6-man tag from the Luau.
That one.
Let's talk about that. That was an energy that like it's really hard to replicate at other places. You guys talked about energy from American Rana, DPW. I'm gonna touch on West Coast in a minute, but the environment of that matchup for Dusty, because Kylon was out for that. You were on the sidelines with the concussion, but it was Dusty, Ichi, Sammy versus Young, Dumb, and Broke, and the atmosphere at the end of that match was incredible.
That's another one of those matches where it's like I've watched it back and it doesn't do it any justice. You were there.
Yep.
You know how absolutely insane that was. Like that crowd was
bananas.
It was unbelievable. It was also, obviously I wish Kai was in it because Young Dumb and Broke is the reason that we lost the Blitzkrieg tag titles. We still haven't gotten another shot at him since. So obviously there was already bad blood going into it there, but Jordan Oliver, so good. I've wrestled him singles. Kylon's wrestled him singles. We all know how good Young Dumb and Broke is as a whole. Any combination of them, because we just wrestled Ellis and Griffin at Wrestling Open. Like there are so many different, like you compare any 4 of them together and they'll work. So that 6-man was definitely something special because Sammy, I think, was, Kylon selected him as a perfect replacement. Who better? That was our first 6-man tag at Blitzkrieg was me, Kai, and Sammy, East Coast. So, why not throw Sammy in there? And yeah, I think that match was another one of those just crazy matches.
Top 5 dogs.
Top 5 dogs. The top 5 dogs.
But to even touch on that, like you said, not many people know it, but I mean, I think it's probably gonna be common knowledge now. But like I was out with a concussion for like a month, so when it happened, it just freak things happened, and I was a little sad, but I was also like I was happy because I was there in the building. I felt the energy, and I was just like I'm so happy for all these guys. Hey, we're not sponsored. So put that down.
That's why I keep holding it up and it blurs it for me. Blurs it for me. You're not sponsored.
But yeah, like I'm saying, like I was there watching it from the sideline, just enjoying it as a fan, and then just like you said, that energy was just different. I was just proud of my brothers, Flash, Ichi, Sammy. Like couldn't happen. Like you said, I picked Sammy. He didn't pick Sammy because honestly, he deserved any and every opportunity. He works just as hard as the rest of us. He's been doing this for way longer than us. He taught me and Flash a lot. Every time he stepped in the ring with him, it's just like, so shout out to Sammy because he don't get enough love out here.
Sammy's having an incredible year.
Oh my God, absolutely. Sure. That's another match. Like we want to go back to BST. I'll like him and Marcus. Like what? Why are there any other matches? Why are there any why are there any other matches on this show? Simple as that. Why book anything else? Because that match is gonna that no matter that match, if it's first, God rest everyone else's soul that's after that,
Oh,
because that
steal
match
it.
that match is
Um,
going to be absolutely phenomenal.
I won't spoil it. I won't tell you where on the card it is, but that match is special to me for a different reason. Um Struggles, who does ETU in Jersey, is I would consider him an acquaintance of mine. He had done some really cool artwork on t-shirts a couple years ago, and I, would purchase. I'm a big bootlegger fan. So I would, one day I just sparked a conversation with him, and we kind of just hit it off from there. Fast forward a couple years, he's got ETU, we're BST, and Marcus has been coming up almost regularly for the last year or so. What better way to kind of show love to other brands and other promotions than to if Marcus is coming up, give him an amazing opponent as Sammy, which again we said been having an incredible year, and just let him show out. So that's how that came about, and I think that's pretty cool, especially that they were allowing Marcus to defend the title at this show.
Yeah, that match is going to be awesome. It's going to be so good. I'm so excited for it because Marcus is so good, and Sammy is so good, and I think they're just going to absolutely tear it up. That's why I feel like every Sammy match that I mention is like, oh, this one is like an underrated banger. They're no longer underrated.
No,
good matches.
they're just going to be bangers.
They're just
now.
Really good matches. Like him and Bufa from Fight Life, phenomenal.
Yes,
like
him and Bufa.
Everyone was watching that match. That match was phenomenal. Even me and Sammy at Fight Life was me and Sammy at Fight Life was so awesome. Like I was hyped because I didn't have an opponent at the time for that show, and Fight Life was just like, is there anyone that you haven't wrestled before? And I was like, I had Sammy. Like I said, let me wrestle Sammy, and we absolutely tore the house down. We were first, which was awesome, and that was Fight Life's first show in CT. It was their biggest draw ever. For a company that's not in the state to go out of state and outdraw any show that they've ever done is incredible.
At Milldale,
that match was so much fun.
That Milldale venue is extremely nice. Love that
It's
place.
So good. It's so
Their
good.
food is really good too. That pizza's fire.
I've heard the pizza have some strange names.
They do. They do have strange names. I don't remember them off the top of my head, but they do have strange names. All right, let's have a little fun, guys. I'm just gonna ask you random questions. Answer them how you please. We'll start off with some word associations. We'll give you a couple names.
Sweet.
First word that comes to mind, just let it free. All right?
Okay.
We'll start with Kylon. Ichiban.
Number one.
That's obvious.
Well,
I was even thinking that. Come on,
hold on. It's gonna get harder.
That is 2 words, though. I kind of
it's already too hard for him.
One.
Yeah.
All right, come on. All right. But you just said you were thinking the same thing, Flash. Come on.
I was, because what else are you gonna think when you think of Ichiban?
That's true. Number one. Okay. Marcus Mathers.
Star.
Matt Tremont.
Killer.
Bojack.
Beef.
Eddie Guerrero.
That's a legend, bro. That's R.I.P. my guy. That's my favorite wrestler.
Dustin Waller.
Asshole.
Okay. We'll hold it there. I heard a little rumor that you two weren't the best of friends in the beginning of your relationship.
It ain't a rumor because everybody know it because we talked about this so many times. Everybody should know about it.
I've never heard this story.
All right, Flash, you want to tell the story? Because I'm always.
I don't even know if it's not even like a specific story. It's just, I feel like we've told it. Well, we've not told it, but we've just talked about it so many times. People say the best, better enemies, better friends. The best enemies make your rivals are always your best friend. Whatever way you want to word it, but yeah, it's I don't even know how to.
I remember. I know
where to start.
You go start it, bro. Tell them from your perspective. Tell them from your perspective how you was feeling.
No, I wasn't feeling no certain way. We're good.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You was feeling a certain type of way. Let the people know.
Was
Let
he
them
a
know.
hater? Was he a hater?
Am I like below you?
You are below me.
Oh, you all are just right, like cross. That's why you're pointing. I'm like,
Who
okay.
am I pointing at? Okay. Sorry. So, okay, no more pointing. So is Dusty a hater?
Man, he was
Always
big
has
time.
been, always will be.
He was big time hater. You know what I'm saying? Big time hater. But I understood. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I came there. I came here, outworked him. Know what I'm saying? It's a little jealous. You know what I'm saying? He was there for a little longer. I came there. I mean, what can I say? I just, talented guy. You know what I'm saying? That's why.
Yikes.
That's not the reason. That's not the reason why. But it just came to a point where just, he felt a certain type of way about me, and then, we one day I will never forget this day. It was a Saturday morning. Some people was there. I will not say the names right now because some stuff be going on with these people. I'm not trying to say who it is right now, but it was just a day I'll never forget. It was just these people were there. Me, Flashing, and these two other guys that came in. It was just a wild day, but that's the day that me and Flash really like kind of found like a ground, I guess. I don't know what the word I'm trying to look. A connection. I'm saying our bond was formed that day. That's the day he became my little brother. That's the day I just started looking out for him. He had my back, I had his. As a big brother does. I look over him. And I'm saying just help him out and just that's it. We just became brothers that day. That's it. Saturday morning, middle of summer, just us there, training at the dojo, and then the rest is history.
Okay. Back to word association. I'll give you two more, and then I'll run Dustin for a few. Jared Diaz.
Arizona.
Matt Awesome.
Flip flop. So that's two words, but chicleta.
He's 0 for 2. He's 0 for 2.
What is that? Am I saying it right? Chicleta.
Chancla.
Chacla.
Chancla.
I'm
There's
sorry.
an N in there.
I'm sorry for all my Latino people out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yikes.
I'm sorry for saying that. You know what I'm saying? I'm African American. I have no
wow
Spanish in me, so sorry.
Dustin, this your boy? Like that's who you roll with?
I'm not his boy. That's kinda but I'm saying
what?
That's kinda, I'm not even gonna say the word, but it's R. That's kinda, you know what I'm saying? What you just said, I'm not nobody's boy, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Oh my god. All right. Dustin, let's give you a few word associations. Richard Holiday.
Oh man, brother.
Ray Jazz.
Scumbag.
Lucas Chase.
Motivated.
Ooh. Mark Alexander.
Ooh. Potential.
Mike Skyros.
Ooh. Killer.
I'm gonna give you a 2 for 1. House of Pain.
Oh, 2 for all. House of Pain. See, I just thought of a bunch of 2-word words, but I'm not gonna say them now. Well, since there's 2 people, can it be 2 words or still gotta be 1 word?
I will allow it.
Tag wrestling.
Ooh.
I had one better. I had one better for them.
Go ahead.
Rockers. If you know, you know.
Oh, the Rockers.
If you know, you know.
So I asked this to the Haven. I got some really weird answers. So I'm gonna ask it to both of you. So Saturday night, there's no wrestling. Literally nothing on TV. There's no shows nearby. It's just a plain ass Saturday off. What are you doing? Where are you going? Who are you with?
You go
You-
first.
I'm probably staying home playing Fortnite.
Oh,
That's about it.
it's not a bad answer. It is what it is. Ty?
Going out with my dog, enjoying the outside.
At night?
Yeah, he said it's a Saturday night.
Oh,
It's a night.
Saturday night, yeah, why not? I'm saying my dog love being outside.
You gonna take the dog to the movies?
Yeah, I guess
Dude, I
so.
just might. I love my dog. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had her with me right now, but I put her on the camera.
You guys have taken road trips to Indiana, if I'm not mistaken,
Yep.
and down south for a DPW.
Oh yeah. Well, no, actually, no, not DPW.
Now we flew out there.
We flew over to
Oh,
DPW. I think
you guys got flights. Nice.
road trips. The biggest road trip is the Indiana road trip for sure. 13
Okay.
hours
We
both
done
ways.
that. We done it like 4 or 5 times.
I think 4 times we've done.
4 times, and then 1 time we got flown out there. Right? Am I mistaken?
Yeah. Yep.
Out of
So, yeah.
all those car rides, which one was the best one? What's the funniest story you have from it?
Dang, all of them are are funny in the best in ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a
I can't-
best one. They were all really, really good. I think
I'm gonna just say this: on car rides, on those little car rides, you find a lot about people. Now I'm saying you create a lot of bonds with us. Like the first time I went out there, definitely the first and last time. The first time we went out there, we created a whole bond that would never be topped with Jay Lion, Mighty Black main event.
Yes, the main event.
Oh, how can I forget those matches too, man? Like I feel like my memory is just all messed up right now. But those matches too, like all the matches we had with them, and then just those guys, like especially Lion, bro, character, bro, hysterical guys. I love those guys. Those are my brothers for life. You know what I'm saying? And then the last trip we went on, we went with Ryan Clancy, fancy Ryan Clancy, and then
Yes.
our boy, RJ Rude. What I'm saying?
Ooh, RJ.
Yeah, the four trips that we did up there were with 4 completely different car rides. Like you said, the first one was with main event, which was really interesting because we didn't even really know them at all. Like honestly,
Not
like
at
at all. Like we
Okay.
didn't know them at all. We obviously knew of them, but
Mhm.
we've never talked to them before. Never like we didn't
The
know
only
them.
the only time we really had like anything going on with the main event at that time was the first ever Wrestling Open that we wrestled in. That's the only time.
Yeah, we wrestled them at the first episode of Wrestling Open, but we've never talked to them. We've never really like chilled with them, and it was for Black Label Pro, and the
Yes.
guy over there was like, "Hey, you'd have to drive up, but we got this other tag team that you can ride with, if you wanted to carpool." Like
Mhm.
I guess like we don't even know 13 hours in a car, people you don't even know. Like, well,
Could
here
be
you go.
awkward.
So, we went from like awkwardly shaking hands, getting in the car to like, leaving like all like hugging each other, laughing, crying. Like, those guys are like definitely like it built a brotherhood instantly. That's why all of like the 8 or 9 matches that we had with them that year were
Yeah.
just so odd. Like we wrestled them so many
A
times
lot.
up until like the big cage match at the end
Yep.
of the year last year. Like that whole year we wrestled them so many times.
Wasn't
Our
that a War
second-
Games too?
Yeah, that was the
Steel
first
Cage
War game.
Warfare.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was the big cage match. So yeah, that was our first time doing the big trip. Our second time we brought up, I think the second time was when we brought up Haven.
Okay.
We went up.
What's the second
No,
time?
so it was one of the. No, yes, it was the second. The second time we
No,
brought
no,
up
no.
Haven.
The second time we brought Hunter, and then we brought Lorenzo Vendetta.
Yeah, we brought Hunter Tucker and Lorenzo Vendetta. We went up with them, went up with Haven, and like Kaya said, the last one was with RJ Rude and Fancy Ryan Clancy. So
I can't-
4 completely different car rides with a bunch of different people, but they were all so fun. Like it's definitely like the 13-hour car ride sounds long, but it goes by really quick. It really does.
Especially when you're with a fun group of guys like all those people that we just mentioned, like Hunter and Lorenzo. Like that trip was completely jokes.
That was that was a great one.
How do you guys pass the time and keep yourselves like occupied, I guess, without going crazy being in the car for that long?
We do literally whatever. And
Yeah,
then Flash favorite thing to do is we have this thing called WWE mashups, you know what I'm saying? That's his favorite thing to do when we get in the car, you know, we just go crazy with the mashups. And the best one ever, Drew McIntyre and dang, I can't forget. No, the best one ever was Drew McIntyre Judgment, but best one ever, Carlito and Jeff Hardy. That's the best. That's the best one.
Yeah, if you ever have some spare time, go on YouTube, look up Jeff Hardy Carlito mashup. It will probably ruin the rest of your week. Like it really will.
Best mashup of all time.
But yeah, we don't take breaks. Not that we don't take breaks, but like we don't like stay at a hotel anywhere like on the way there. Like we go straight there. Like if the show is at 12 at noon, we'll leave at 7 at night. You know,
9 o'clock.
Yeah, and we'll just go straight through because it's always better to drive at night. There's no one on the road. You can just go. You know. And yeah, those trips are fun. The only reason that those trips kind of stink and is because it takes up your whole weekend.
Yeah.
You're gone from like if the show's on Saturday, you're gone from because we get the hotel when we get there, so we're not just driving right back. No way. So we leave on a Friday, get back like Monday night.
Yep.
So the whole weekend of possible wrestling is done. But the memories are some stuff that you wouldn't trade that in for.
I would never forget any of those trips because it's just fun times. Like you said, we rode up there with our brothers Sean and Jay. We connected with.
I think we lost him.
He glitched.
Yep. It's all good. he was saying that I was cutting out when I said it was him, but it's him cutting out, but it's okay.
With our young boys, Hunter and Lorenzo, we met new people.
He's back.
There you go. We heard nothing.
Oh, yeah. So you
literally were like,
repeat myself. I'm going to repeat myself. But I'm basically saying, like, we went up there with our brothers, Jim and Jay. Went up there with them. We went up there with our young boys, Hunter and Lorenzo. I mean, got to connected with them on a different level. We met new people and shared a bond that we would never lose ever in our life with Midas and Lion. And then we just got closer to RJ and Fancy at the last one. So it's just like, and even the one when we flew out, we shared a whole room with Eric Stevens and Kobe Carino, and then those guys were cool as hell too.
Yeah, those guys were awesome too. So it was more just we were just so tired because the flight was early and everything. But yeah, we got there early. So one of the rookies over there drove us all around Chicago just to show us some stuff, got us some nice breakfast. So that was another, like every time we went up there was fun. Every road trip we ever do is always fun. Even if it's a flight, it doesn't because usually if you're flying in, all the wrestlers are flying into the same place. All the wrestlers are staying at the same hotel. That's how it was at DPW. All the wrestlers were at the same hotel. Same thing. Like I know you were saying about West Coast. Yeah. Same thing there. Everyone's all together. So traveling is definitely the best part of it. I'm paid to travel. Like that's the best. That like I wouldn't be like to think about it. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for wrestling. I wouldn't be going. Me and Kyle would not see California if it wasn't for like we would have not been to California this year if it wasn't for wrestling. And like we have the opportunity to like go on our phone, and be like, do you want to change the flight to later so we can see what California looks like because we've never been here. Same thing with like DPW. I've been to North Carolina maybe once in my life, but like I wouldn't be half these places if it wasn't for wrestling. So
DPW is probably definitely up there with the top trip. Like I said, they all different for like I said, like with the title belts and stuff like that. Every title one is different. Every trip is different because like the memories you make, the people you meet, the bonds you create. Like anytime we go to DPW, it's just crazy. The best part about DPW though is after the show we go to Waffle House. That's the best part. So,
that's the best.
Because there's no Waffle Houses in Connecticut.
I love Waffle House.
No. So, we went to Waffle House. I think it was with MSP and Above the Rest. last time we went
Another
out to
set of
DPW.
another tag team would love to bring into BST. Hopefully,
Yeah, and we
next
wrestled
year.
them 14 times last year too. Like it was like when we first like really bursted onto the scene, we were wrestling all of these teams so many times. Like there is not a tag team that we have not wrestled yet
and
in the
and
Northeast.
and it's
At least
not like
twice.
it was you guys wrestling these wrestlers in specific places. Is you guys are wrestling these people
Oh yeah, everywhere.
everywhere,
Yeah,
Everywhere.
doing
like
the
even like
so-called
even when you
loop.
talk about it, like yeah, even like all our matches with the Haven, they've
Yeah.
never been at the same place.
Mm-mm.
Like we wrestled them at Wrestling Open, we wrestled them at Blitzkrieg, like Remarkable. Like we have wrestled like we have wrestled so many tag teams everywhere. Like
Yeah.
it's really crazy. Like tag team wrestling is special, and it's cool to think that we had like a hand in making it special now.
Yeah, you guys are doing what like old Ring of Honor veterans would do back in like the early 2000s, where like and I'll give an example of a matchup that went on the loop. Homicide and Trent Acid.
Mm.
Those guys wrestled literally everywhere. JPW, CZW, Ring of Honor, you name it, they wrestled. And that's what you guys are doing now with tag team wrestling. Speaking of like the old timey Ring of Honors type stuff, you guys are also now I might mistake the quote, but the sons of the style, deemed by the Spanish announce team, which are the fathers of the style that you guys essentially perform today. Aside from Kylon being one of the greatest high flyers in the world,
Not a high flyer. Never in my life.
How awesome is having those guys kind of like bless you with that name, that title?
Well, I'll be the bearer of bad news. They didn't. I did, and they
Oh,
just went
okay.
along with it.
Okay. I mean, they didn't
But
deny
you know
it.
what? It's funny because we saw Joel the other week, and he's like, he was like, I think it's so cool that like that people are starting to catch on with you guys, the sons of this style. I'm just like, I'm happy that you're okay with it. If you weren't
Yeah.
okay with it, we wouldn't. We would, but like us being called that by them is so cool because you don't expect those kind of bonds to happen. Like
No.
myself and Kylon got the opportunity, thanks to Marcus Mathers, to wrestle on ETU for the first time ever. We were scheduled to have a tag match. Cards started to change. People get sick. Stuff happens, and the people that were supposed to wrestle SAT couldn't
Yep.
make it. It was the trio, all three of them.
Yep.
So he asked me if Ichiban was available and we want to do Miracle Ones versus SAT. And I'm like, yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. So having that match, literally like the night of, like maybe around like this time, the night before the show, I'm just like, yeah, let's do it. And we main evented ETU's first 1 year anniversary against
Yes.
SAT. And that was our first time meeting them. And we're like, you never know how it is when you meet people at that level or that have done
Yep.
that. Sometimes they're great. Sometimes, they
Not
say
so
never meet
much.
your heroes. Sometimes it's true. They were some of the nicest guys on the planet, and they still are. Like they were just so awesome. And that match was awesome. We wrestled them again, and I love SAT. It's cool to have that bond because they'll text us every day, like just ask how we're doing and stuff like that. Like
I literally
awesome.
love them so much
love
with
SAT.
outside because like I grew up, I'm saying I used to watch them back in T8A when it was like under the NWA banner. Now
Yep.
saying wrestling,
The
Amazing Red,
the 9.99 Wednesday pay-per-views.
Wrestling. They used to wrestle my favorite wrestler all the time, Eddie Guerrero. Like they
Yes.
just left, and then just to meet them, and then for them to have so much love and belief in us it's just insane. I'm saying like these legends are just blessing us and trying to help us get to that next level. So shout out to that.
It's essentially passing the torch, and I know that phrase gets tossed around literally left and right. But it's essentially that those guys were big, big people in the whole indies early 2000s Northeast explosion that was all these, grand promotions doing things at high levels, like again, CZW, Ring of Honor, JP, and stuff like that. Those were the guys who were in those trenches having those matches. And now, like going, we touched on SATs. You guys also have had some work with Johnny Cashmere of the Backseat Boys. And now the Graysons, formerly the Graysons, new Backseats. How is it working with them as opposed to working with the SATs? And I'm more speaking with like Johnny Cashmere as a wrestler, as opposed to, because I'm sure you guys have fought the Graysons before, new Backseats.
Yeah. We've wrestled the Graysons as the Graysons. We've wrestled them
Yep.
as the new Graysons. We've wrestled them as the new Backseats. We've wrestled every version of them. It's always
Yep.
great sharing the ring with them. They're great guys. Johnny, we just recently met him, so
Yep.
And,
he's another
and
one of those guys that is just so cool.
shout out to Johnny because like he's like you say, he's another legend that from that time
Yeah.
era, from, back where wrestling was going crazy, especially on it. And he's just a legend. And then he's another one too that just has so much faith and belief in us and always give us these heartfelt words and encouragement from him, and he believes in us too. So like shout out to Johnny.
And he just has like a lot of trust in us. Like he hasn't had a singles match in years. And his first singles match is gonna be with Ichiban later this month.
He requested that match,
he requested to wrestle him,
That's
and
crazy. That's awesome.
like he wanted to get back into the singles, stuff. And he's like, I think this is the best, he's wrestled us as trios. He's like, why not? Like I can, if you can see someone trusting you like that, that's just, that's obviously going to be a cool honor for Ishii because that match is going to be awesome. You know that.
Put that on your sash. Johnny Cashmere specifically chose me to have his one-on-one, first one-on-one back, in so many years.
So many.
It's cool to see like the transition from like, from then to now, as far as like where the independents go. I say this as fans of the both of you, seeing your growth over the last 4 years have been absolutely incredible, both from a fan perspective and from a personal level. Seeing kind of like where you guys have taken the Northeast, and kind of put it on your back along with guys like Ichiban and Alec Price, and made this a hotbed for independent wrestling again. You guys made the Northeast hot again. So pat yourselves on the back for that, because there was a period where Northeast wasn't hitting like it is now. There was not a lot of companies out here doing what the companies out here now. Companies like Blitzkrieg, when they come out here, Tessa Strength, Fight Life now, even BST on some level, all these different companies out here doing some crazy cool stuff, and you guys are pretty much on the forefront of all that.
Nah, it really means a lot because like me and Flash, like, we just try to stay humble because this is nothing in life is like giving, what I'm saying, things can just happen, and and right now, like, I'm at that point where for me at my life where I'm just like I'm just enjoying the ride, and I know Flash would probably say the same thing, like, because like you said, we didn't expect to have these opportunities so soon. Like, obviously we hoped for them and we worked hard for them, but like just for them to happen the way they happen, and it just shows you, know what I'm saying, that when you work hard at something, you reap the rewards, know what I'm saying? So that's what we're just gonna keep doing, just stay humble, keep a good head on our shoulders, and just keep working hard.
You agree with that, Dusty?
Oh, absolutely, 100%, absolutely. Yeah, it's crazy to think, like, people say like, oh, like you guys are like carrying the Northeast right now, and it's like it's crazy to think about that because 2 years ago no one even knew who we really were,
Literally,
so like no one knew who we were. People hated us. People still hate us, but obviously for different reasons. But people are gonna hate, like someone once told me, if you're good, people are gonna hate you. And I still don't think I'm good. But if other people think I am, then you know what? That's awesome. I'm happy. It's cool to like say that we had a little hand in like you said, building the Northeast.
Little hand.
And well, we haven't single-handedly made Northeast wrestling.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we have not single-handedly made Northeast wrestling.
No.
No.
Okay. I don't even agree with that statement. Now, but it means a lot that you said that. But like, no, it's literally like a collective. Like, honestly,
it is a collective. It's a
collective
group
from a lot of people. Like you got your Beckers, you got your Love Guns, E.T.
Absolutely.
Alex Price. You got a whole bunch of tag teams out there. Brick City.
We can name people left and right. Absolutely. We'll not take that away from either of you. You say little hand, though, and I say give yourself a little more credit. You guys held 6 tag team titles in the Northeast at one time. Something that I don't think anybody's done to maybe like the Hit Squad in like 03. Like that's that alone should speak to where you guys are at as a tag team, even, going back, like you said, 2 years. 2 years ago, I believe Dustin was the BST heavyweight champion, and Kai was the intercontinental champion for PAPW, I believe, around the same time. And you guys have now went from, like you said, not being known, at least in your opinions, to now being names that are being talked about across the United States because of the work you've done here.
I really don't
yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy that you even said that, because I really don't think about that. Like, so it's just like, it's just crazy.
There is a platform called Independent Wrestling Television that Wrestling Open airs every Thursday across the United States and I believe internationally. But you guys are the focal point of that through the tag titles. You guys are the tag team of a conglomerate of independent promotions. That hasn't hit you.
That's crazy. That's crazy in itself. It never hits me until like we actually go to these different environments, like for example DPW and Black Label, and even the West Coast, like people literally knew who we were, and they were just coming up to us like, "Oh my God, we're so happy you guys came out here." It never really hits until you get to those moments like that. And I'm saying when you get out the Northeast and stuff like that. So it's always like, even now, like you saying that, it means a lot to me, because it makes it seem like we're on the right path and we're doing something right. Now I'm saying, as like Flash said, like, we're always our biggest critics, like people say all these good things about us, but like, not to say they're not true or that, but we just don't look at it that way. We always trying to work harder, trying to strive to be better, because we think there's a lot of work. We don't think, we know there's a lot of work to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we just keep striving to be great,
I would say, there's decisions that you guys have made even along the last 2 years that obviously were payoff decisions. Rick, you got anything before I wrap this up?
Now, I just think it's awesome that you guys, I would see you guys in a room of like 12 people, and now I watch you guys on my television every week, and it's just the reactions that you guys get in bigger venues is just kind of amazing. And to see you guys out there, I want to say I'm very happy for you two gentlemen to be doing what you're doing, and that I just find it amazing that you guys have gone as far as you have in that short time.
No, we really appreciate that, Rick. I'll say it,
Appreciate it, Rick. Thank you.
It we still got a lot of work to do. I'm saying, we always think that, and the grind never gonna stop. We're always gonna just keep working hard, keep trying to be better than we were the day before. So.
What was your experience like going out to West Coast Pro? That's something that's a group that I really enjoy watching a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was a really fun trip, because that was early in the year too. That was in May, I believe. Like, that was very early. Like, or sorry, March, not May. It was in
the week after
it was literally like the day after we won the tag titles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The IWTV tag titles. And that was huge, because that was something that, shout out to Alec Price for putting a good word in for us over there and pretty much getting us over there. That we wouldn't really be over there if it wasn't for Alec. And then obviously our big brother Ricky Shane Page was really helping us out while we were there, because like he was there. He was the only person honestly like at the show that we knew. Like personally, like there were some people like like there was like Nick Wayne was there. I've met Nick a few times, but like Ricky's the only person that we like personally knew, and he was helping us out there, with like, because it was our first time flying anywhere for like that far, so right. He was helping us out with that, and it was great because we had a really cool match with West Coast Wrecking Crew, and that card was insane. The card was insane. Like, it was like Lita was there while she was the women's tag team champion, and Timothy Thatcher versus Speedball. Like every luchador in the US was in one match, and we had to follow them.
Oh my God, that's
was
right.
Crazy. That was crazy.
Oh yeah. Black Taru, like all of them. Every you name any top tier luchador in the world right now, they were in that match, and we were standing in the curtain watching it, and like, well, here goes.
Just like, dang,
we're just like, wow, this is crazy because obviously they're unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like Aramis
Yeah.
was in, like everyone was in it. Like I believe Ray Horus was in it too. It was just like you name any luchador,
Underrated luchador.
and yeah, and I didn't even see him the whole day. And then you just go up, walk out. Okay, there they are in the ring, going absolutely insane.
Ape shit, yeah.
Yeah, and then knowing that we have to walk right out there and be like, yeah, New England, we're in California.
Hey, don't
not to mention
rip
that
on.
there was a sick main event, tables, ladders, and cheers main event.
Yeah,
It
Nick
was
Wayne and
Nick Wayne and
Titus
Titus.
Alexander.
Oh
That
yeah.
that was
That was insane.
that, like he said, the whole card was just insane. And just to piggyback a little bit off what he was saying about Alec and Ricky, like, we wouldn't be here without all the people that helped us get to this point. That like you two, yeah, y'all helped us a lot. Harry and Rick, whether y'all know it or not, y'all really has helped us a lot. RSP, Anthony Green, our big brother Holiday, like we would not be without all the help we have accumulated over the way. Like no matter what nobody says, so I don't like this is not a 2-man army type of thing. This is it's like a village just helping us get to in these places and these opportunities that we get because we work so hard, and then people see the hard work we put in, So shout out to all the people that helped us get to the point we're at and the people that continues to help us. So yeah.
I got a quick one. You guys have wrestled pretty much, and a couple all the majors up here, major promotions, couple down south. Again, talked about West Coast Pro. Where 3 promotions that you haven't worked for, and we're taking away the big major companies because those are obvious end goals for certain people. But if you're looking, let's say half a year from now, and you guys are still rocking and rolling, doing your thing, what's 3 promotions you'd like to enter as newcomers?
You want to go first, Flash, or you want me to go?
3. I knew what question you were going to ask, and 1 is a lot than 3 because we never even when does your start? We're like we want to be here. We're like, oh, maybe traveling outside like the area would be good, and then West Coast Pro. We weren't even I'm not saying it wasn't a thought, but it wasn't like, oh, maybe we should go here. But like obviously one of the biggest companies in Cali hits you up, and you're like, oh wow,
yeah,
okay,
you're
I guess it's a possibility now. So there's some I know it's like generic, but anywhere and everywhere. Like we've been saying that since the beginning, and we genuinely mean that. Like we're not restricted to anywhere. Like you said, we wrestled pretty much everywhere in New England.
Yeah.
We want to go everywhere. Obviously, we want to like promotion wise, maybe nowhere specific, but down south, we haven't really been down south that much.
I got like 3 that really came to mind that I feel like that could be a real seriously possibility before the year is out.
And we're never going to know what they are. See you later, guys. Nice talking to you. This has been another episode.
Yo,
find out in the next episode what companies he wants us to wrestle at.
Serious editing.
Come back to part 2 to find out what companies he wants us to wrestle on.
These are like serious promotions I think we can actually hit before the year is out. Like all jokes aside, I think we can go to Texas. New Texas Pro is a place I want to hit.
That's a great. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Go out to Texas. Good old Texas. Everything bigger in Texas. So I want to see what's up out there. Awesome. I wanna do
Pro Wrestling Revolver is a really cool place.
Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh.
Some of our boys would go over there too. That'd be a really cool place to work.
Yeah. Definitely. GCW, what the Flash's been on a whole bunch of GCW shows.
He was on. He had a crazy opening contest in Hartford a couple months ago.
He did.
Yeah, that was something. But we gotta. The one match that everyone wants to see. Jordan Oliver and Nick Wayne, East West Express. We got. That's one that we got to make happen. There's so many matches.
I want to go hit up Freelance. What I'm saying? Freelance is the one out in Chicago.
You don't hear Freelance a lot out here. That's a good one.
We know Nicky Bang and August Matthew, they train out there. So, I'm saying we want to put that up. Like you said, we're trying to hit literally wherever, I want to go to Canada. I want to go to Mexico. I want to go to the United Kingdom. I want to go to Japan. I want to literally any and everywhere. I want to go to back to the West Coast. I want to go to Vegas, like out there. You know, they got FSW out there. You know, Vegas. That would be cool to hit up.
I could see, like, honestly, if you guys went to Japan, I would see you guys in either Dragon Gate or Noah. I feel like those two promotions would, like, maybe even DDT would spark you two in like the better direction. I feel like New Japan may be a little too like I don't know how to necessarily explain it.
Top of the mountain, you know what I mean? Top of the mountain. It's top of the mountain right now, you know.
That is, but if for like let's say if you got your like first flight, I could definitely see it. See knowing that junior division that you guys could do some crazy work out there.
We would love to do it all, you know. I mean, this is our dream. This is what we chase every day. You know, this is what we work hard at, and we just want it all, you know. We want it all. We're always starving, you know what I mean? Nothing is ever enough for us, you know what I'm saying? We just want to be the greatest to ever do it, you know? That's the goal we're chasing, you know.
All right. So plug your guys' social medias. Where can we find you guys?
Everything for me is at It's Dustin Waller. All socials. Keep it nice and simple. Everything you need is right there.
Yep.
You can hit me up on Twitter at Little Kylon, LITTLEKYLON, and then for Instagram it's King Kai 0610, KINGKAI 0610. So hit me up on Instagram at that.
Where you guys next?
Where are we next?
Where are we next? Well, this week is going to be BST.
Mm-hmm.
If we're on Wrestling Open the day before, we'll do that. But the 15th BST, the 16th is Remarkable Wrestling, and the 17th is Live Pro Wrestling. So a stacked weekend we got going on this week. So it should be a lot of stuff coming up. A lot of good stuff coming up.
As you've seen, we're going to be on DPW in a crazy 6-man,
Yes.
Above the Rest, Marcus Madley
I'm gonna try to get out there for that.
Alec Price,
that's
Pride.
in October.
If you want to see craziness, come out to DPW.
Yeah, that's gonna be calamity.
I'm telling you right now, come out to DPW because it's gonna be an experience. Not even just our matches, just the whole everything about DPW is gonna be an experience that you'll never forget. I'm saying that right now.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
And not to mention, we're gonna be wrestling on the beach. Wrestling on the beach.
That's right. You got the Beyond Super Show.
Yeah, Wrestling Beach Space, Hattie's Beach Club, Rhode Island.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good matches up there.
About to slap Bacon.
Oh yeah, you guys got singles matches.
Yeah, and then I'm about to kick TJ face in again, you know. Nothing new.
Yeah, they got a lot of good matches there. I think they just announced Austin Luke versus Ryan Clancy today.
Banger.
They got Marcus Mathers versus Alec for the IWTV World title.
Banger.
Willow and Waves and Curls versus the disgusting Sydney Bacabella family. I
don't even know what's up with that. No, I'm saying that was crazy. Shout out to Love Doug. Shout out to Love Doug. Hopefully he finds his heart again. You know.
Oh yeah, Love Doug and Notorious Mimi versus the Hispanic Mechanics. This beach show is going to be it's going to be a good show. This beach show is going to be good.
When is that?
The 23rd. No, the 24th. The 24th of this month.
The 23rd, we got ETU.
The 23rd is ETU. We're wrestling Fresh Air for the tag team titles of independent wrestling. And then later at the end of the month, the 29th, we're wrestling for Wrestling Is Now against the Gordon brothers. So
yeah, you know, we got to look up.
This month is pretty stacked. This month has some good stuff coming up, so should be a good one.
Coming up in the future too. So
I might take my kiddo to ETU. We'll be in Jersey for that weekend. I think I'm staying out in Morristown for his birthday.
ETU is going to be awesome.
I might leave the females at the hotel and take the little man for his birthday to some wrestling.
Hey, you know I love the man, bro. You know I love seeing
Yeah, you can give him his 12 punches. He probably deserves them anyway.
him.
All right, guys. It was a pleasure having you guys on. I will see you in a week. Be safe, have fun, and I'll talk to you later, guys.
Peace.